هناك مسائل عديدة جدا.
الذي يجوز إعطاء الزكاة لصنف الواحد،
لأن رسالة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام خاتم.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. أما بعد، يسرني أن أقدم الحلقة الخامسة من مقرر اللغة الإنجليزية لطلاب وطالبات قسم الدعوة المستوى الثاني، وكذلك لطلاب وطالبات قسم الشريعة المستوى الرابع. In this session, in fact, I'm going to review the use of there is and there are, or there was and there were, and how can we make yes/no questions, because it seems to me that it's important that to decide when to use these verbs. I want to remind you that, as I said before, we use there is and when we talk about something in the present, and we use the nouns after there is. In fact, we say, and we have two kinds of nouns. One of them is the plural, and the other, in fact, one is the count and the other is non-count. Here, I remind you that I'm talking about when we use there is and there is. So we use there is when we use count nouns singular. For example, there is a book. Mostly we have a indefinite article like a or an. There is a book on the table, or we can say there is an apple on the table. And we have, this is what we call count nouns, and we have non-count nouns like there is noise in the house, or there is water in the cup. Here, water and we have noise are non-count nouns, so we use there is. There's one or the other point that I want to emphasize on, that how can we negate? We make negatives of these. We, in fact, we just add not after is. So when we say that there is a book on the table, we say there isn't a book on the table. When we want to say there is noise in the house, we can say there isn't noise in the house. So these are the forms of there is, and in the positive and in the negative. And we have there are. We use them when we have plural. In the positive, there are books on the table. There are students in the classroom. You can use other things, but what is important is we use plural noun after there are when we talk about something in the present, and when we talk about something in the positive, not negative. Sometimes if we have one singular and one plural, for example, one singular and the other one singular, and count noun, for example, there is Ahmed in the house. We can say, if we have Ahmed and Ali, for example, we say that there are Ahmed and Ali in the house. So we see that when we put two singulars, they become plural. And when we negate them with using there are, we say there aren't. This is in the present. And when we talk about something in the past, we say there were, or there were in the positive. We say there were books on the table yesterday. There were students in the class in the last year, or something like this. But if we want to negate, use the negative, we say that there weren't. There weren't students in the classroom yesterday, or there weren't books on the table, let's say yesterday or this morning. So you can put the word that you like. And how can we make, mostly when we learn these verbs, we need to know how to say them in the present, in the past, how to negate them, we make negatives, and how to make mostly yes-no question. In using yes-no question, as I said before, we start with the verb to be. If we have there are students in the classroom, we say are there students in the classroom. There is water in the cup. Is there water in the cup? If we want to talk about making yes-no question in the past, there were students, for example, in the classroom, we say were there students in the classroom. So this is the way that where we use the yes-no question. So, and yes-no question, we use them when we want the answer to be either yes or no. We have no other choices. And as I said, this is really important to know how to say things, because mostly that we say there are things, there is a thing, there is something, there isn't, or there aren't, or are there. Mostly we use this in our daily conversation. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to read the Sophia reply to Young He, but this time I'm going only to read while I'm checking the right choices without stopping and explaining. So here's the letter on page 82, June the 25th. Dear Young He, thank you for your letter. I miss you too, but I don't miss school. There are a lot of changes here in Perth too. I am really surprised. My sister is quiet, but there are two. My street is quiet. My street is quiet, but there are two busy streets nearby: Main Street and Queen's Road. There are a lot of cars on these streets. When I was young, there wasn't much noise, but today there are more people and cars. Here is another change. There are two Starbucks coffee bars near my apartment. There are two Starbucks bars near my apartment. Two. So she emphasizes this because she was thinking of just one at her time, but now she has two. 5 years ago, there was only one small cafe. I ate breakfast there every morning, but it is gone. There is a hardware store there now. Luckily, one thing did not change. There is still a beautiful old movie theater on the corner of Main Street and Queen's Road. It is called the Astor Theater. It is one of my favorite places. Is there any chance you can visit me in Australia? This is the question. I hope to visit you in Korea soon. By the way, I love McDonald's, love Sofia. This is a good letter, so I read it without any comments, without even choosing which is right, which is wrong, but just I selected the right choices. And here we have use work with a partner, write 5 questions about your partner's neighborhood or city. Use is there or are there, and was or were there. Then exchange books and answer each other's questions. Use there is or there are, and there was and there were. So in this exercise, you are going to write questions, and the questions start with is there, if you want to ask about one thing. For example, is there a school near your house? This is when we talk about singular. And if you want to write to ask about something non-count, we say is there water in your house, for example. And if you want to write to ask questions about plural, for example, you can say are there books about religion in your library? So this is the question. We start with are, and are there what you choose the are there courses you are going to study this semester, or are there anything? You start with are there. This is when we talk about the present, and we need to talk about the past. For example, was there a bookstore? Was there a school near your house 10 years ago? This is one of the examples when we talk about the past and the singular, and you can ask something were there, choose what you want to ask about, something that was in the past, or things that were in the past but they are not in the present anymore. Were there many stores near your neighborhood or near your store, let's say that 10 years ago, something like this. And this is a good exercise that to show that you understand how to use this form, there is or there isn't, or is there or isn't there. And so these are the good ways that we use mostly in every day in our conversation. Now we have one more thing that we need to know, and mostly when we want to talk about the places, how can we locate the place? We have on page 83 style describing a place using spatial order. Really what we want to do is we need to look at this road. This road, as you see, we have stores at the two sides of the road. Mostly we do this while we want to ask someone to help us, or we want to find someone that we want to meet in that place. So sometimes, whether you are in the same a big store like a shopping mall in here, or you are on the street and just tell the people you are on or in this place, so, and the others say that they are in the other place. So let's read together. Read this paragraph about High Ridge Road. High Ridge Road is the road that, as you see in Stanford, you can, in this case, you can substitute the names of the roads with the names of the locations or the shops or the places with something that you know and you practice. So you get two benefits. One of them, how to describe the places to others to meet or to do business. So read this paragraph about High Ridge Road in Stanford, Connecticut. As you read, continue drawing the arrow. So when you read, you are in this place, and imagine someone in the other place. So how can you decide the place that you are in? Then compare your answers with the classmates. So it's good that even to play kind of game that imagine that you are in this place, for example, People's Bank, and you are calling someone and he said that he is in the shopping mall in this specific place. So, and then everyone gives the description of the place so you can meet with the other person. So we have, let's say that in this road, I want to read these places. The first place is the post office. As you see, the first place, next to the bank, we have the bank. We have something before the bank, and then this is the post office, and we have we say that the bank is on High Ridge Road, and next to this bank we have Captain Video. Captain Video that we know before we studied about this Captain Video. So the Captain Video is next to New Dollar Cleaners. This is another store. So where is Captain Video? Is next to New Dollar Cleaners, and after that, the next one we have Ole Mall Mexican Restaurant. So we have, this is a restaurant, and we have the other, we have People's Bank, and we have Blockbuster Video. So these are the stores are on one side. So each one is, we say that each one is next to the other one. So we say that New Dollar Cleaners is next to Captain Video, and we say that Blockbuster Video is after or next to People's Bank. We have other places. For example, we say on the other side of the street, or next to, or the opposite, or in front of. These are the prepositions that we use, so we learn how to tell people how to find the location that they are looking for. So, and the other thing that we learn from here, that we know the names of the shops. So let's read this one, this reading, and find out how things work. Captain Video, while I'm reading, I want you really to follow the places. Captain Video is on High Ridge Road. On High Ridge Road, so there is nothing, just it's on the road. In Stamford, Connecticut. So this is clear. It is not connected or associated with other places so far. There are a lot of family-owned businesses and chain stores near Captain Video. Here we say that it's not the only one on the street, but we have other chain store, you know this term, and family-owned businesses on this road. Blockbuster Video is 4 doors away on the right. Here we say 4 doors away from Captain Video. So from Captain Video, count 4 doors. It means 4 stores. So if you count, you will see that Blockbuster is 4 doors from Captain Video. And then we have Borders Books. Borders Books is another chain store, and it's a bookstore, is across the street from Captain Video. So when we say across the street, it means on the other side of the street facing that store. So we say that Borders Books is across the street from Captain Video. There is a small shopping mall. Shopping mall يعني it's a mall يعني سوق وفيه محلات. Shopping mall across from Borders. So we say that across from Borders, either in the same road or the other road. So we have Borders Books, and we have there is a small road in here or street, and the shopping mall is across from Borders Books. In the shopping mall, now, as I said before, that in the shopping mall we have different stores. So how can we describe stores in the shopping mall? So in the shopping mall there is a health food store. health food store يعني محل للأطعمة الصحية. health food store. Can you see where is that? A health food store. It's at the corner of the mall, and we have a chocolate store. A chocolate store is next to the health store, as you see in the shopping mall. Starbucks cafe bar, you see that it's just next to the health food store, and behind the chocolate store. And we have children's clothing store, as you see, children's clothing store. It is next to the jewelry and the jewelry store, as you see this. And we have two tower record and video is on the left of the shopping mall. As you see, this is at the end, the far end of this road. And by this kind of knowing how to describe locations from each other, we conclude this fifth session of this. And I want to remind you by the knowing and using the words there is, or there are, there were, and there was, and how to negate them, and how to make yes/no question by using these words. And till we see you next time, have a very nice day, and see you inshallah in the following session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
هناك مسائل عديدة جدا.
أنه يجوز إعطاء الزكاة لصنف واحد،
لأن رسالة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام خاتمة.